Hello again, everyone. This is Collocations Part 6. This is the 6th video in my collocation series, and like the others, I'll present 5 commonly used collocations to you, numbered 26 to 30. But first, I'll give you the opportunity to guess the appropriate word or words to complete each one. Then I'll give you the correct answers and provide an additional example for each one. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready? Here we go. Number 26. And the answer here is bare. A. Bare feet. And the example reads, my wife and I love to walk along the beach with bare feet. All right, bare feet. We also say barefoot, but it's one word if you walk barefoot. But with bare feet, that's our collocation. And our other options here, naked. Are our feet naked? Well, yes, they are. Are they unclad? Yes, they are, but we just don't use it like that, okay? We don't use those combinations, usually. Bare feet is very commonly used. Here's another example. Marta likes to dance and do yoga with bare feet. All right, same thing here. Marta loves to or likes to dance and do yoga with bare feet. We also use in bare feet sometimes, okay? All right, here's number 27. The answer here is C, complete, or a complete overhaul. And the example reads, the government's new survey of the subway system said that a complete overhaul was needed in many of the subway stations in the city. Now, complete overhaul usually means the entire, doing something right from, let's say, every part of something is completely or entirely fixed. That's what this example is all about, how the government made a survey of the subway system and said that it was completely, let's say, in horrible shape. So they had to completely do the whole thing, fix the whole thing, every part of it, entirely. All right? That's what complete overhaul. They really work together. Here's another example. My company is doing a complete overhaul of an old 12-story hotel in our town. Now, in this case, this person's company is going to completely redo or fix up every part of this hotel. Okay? They're going to completely overhaul it. This is a little bit tricky because if you say just overhaul, it kind of means completely fix something or entirely fix it up. Okay? Here's number 28. And the answer here is B, harshly or harshly punished. And our example reads, the protesters were harshly punished by the police for their violent protest at City Hall last week. So, harshly punished, these go together really well here. The other two examples, gruffly and voraciously, all right, they're kind of close, but harshly punished is used a lot. To severely punish somebody. All right, that's what it means. And the protesters here must have been very violent when they protested City Hall, and then the police harshly punished them. Maybe they threw everybody in jail. All right, here's another example. I didn't think it was fair for my parents to harshly punish my sister after she failed her final English exam because she tried her best. Okay, now, this person didn't think that the penalty was fair or justified because she tried her best. All right? So, but her parents harshly punished her. Or we could even use another collocation, which I think I mentioned before, to severely punish someone. Severely, harshly, they're very commonly used. All right, here's number 29. The answer here is B, called for, used very often. In our example, the IRS called for an audit of the company's tax records last month. Now, to call for something, this is to ask for, maybe in a little bit of a stronger way, maybe demand, to demand for something. If you call for something, in this case, the IRS called for, they asked for, or maybe even demanded an audit of the company's tax records. Now, stipulated, badgered, they're kind of similar, but called for, that's our collocation. Here's another example. The company's board of directors called for the CEO's resignation after the scandal. All right. In this case, the company's board demanded, or let's say formally asked the CEO to resign because of this scandal. Okay? To call for usually means to demand, and that's our collocation. And now for our final collocation, number 30. And the answer here is C, giant, or giant leap. And our example is, hiring new employees resulted in a giant leap in productivity. All right, so giant leap is a commonly used collocation. Mammoth, jumbo, we wouldn't use them. They mean the same thing as giant, but we wouldn't use them a mammoth leap or a jumbo leap, even though they kind of mean the same thing. All right, but giant leap is used quite often. Here's another example. The scientists made a giant leap in robotics with their new prototype. All right, so same situation here, where this is a great achievement. That's a giant leap. We also use the collocation quantum leap. So quantum leap and giant leap, they're both used in this type of a situation. Okay? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, and please share and like this video if you get a chance. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.